Today, the Supreme Court handed down a decision that would essentially obligate Alabama lawmakers to add a second black voting district. Arkin McCoy has more.
This particular case is not about Democrat versus Republican. It's about giving equal and fair representations to a community of people.
For the second time, the Supreme Court ruled against Alabama lawmakers and their proposed congressional district map. The issue with the previous drawn maps was that the state was divided up into 7 districts, maintaining only one majority black district, although about a quarter of the state's population is black.
Let's also make clear, African Americans just need the ability to elect their candidate of choice. If their candidate of choice is not an African American, then so be it. But not having the ability to elect your candidate of choice when you're 27% of the population is just not right.
This ruling now leaves the drawing in the hands of a special master.
You saw the three remedial maps that were drawn by the special master. In this case, it was 48%, 49%, 50%, right? That was very clear. The special master understood the assignment. Why didn't we?
Also, the constant litigation process for these cases would not have any benefit to the taxpayers.
We have to be looking at the intent of the individuals that are litigating this case to say, why did you spend taxpayers' dollars and waste taxpayers' dollars on a losing strategy? And so we got to be more fiscally conservative about how we spend taxpayers' dollars.
All in all, the redrawing of this map makes sure black voters are represented equally.
Your ideals and your way of life and the things that you want to see happen, you got to have the ability to elect your candidate of choice, to be the voice for you and being at the table and representing you.
For Fox 54 News, I'm Ken McCoy.
Thank you, Ken. And we hear from more Alabama leaders on the rejected redistricting appeal. Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall says in part, quote, if this brazen and divisive commandeering is permitted without even a whisper of concern from other quarters, America's congressional elections as we know them will never be the same, end quote. Congressman Dale Strong shared his thoughts. The representative says, quote, as I always say, I don't have a district. I represent the great people of North Alabama, and I stand ready to support them in Washington no matter where the lines are drawn, end quote. Alabama isn't the only state in the country battling over redistricting. At least 6 states across the country are engaged in fights over congressional maps. The outcomes could determine or help determine whether Democrats or Republicans have control of the House next year. If you wondered about these maps, the redrawing of congressional boundary lines happens every 10 years following the completion of the census.